So, good evening. We are back again, a day later than usual. That's because Tottenham were supposed to play a game yesterday. But again, it's been called off. 3 games in a row called off, plus their game in Europa Conference League. You got a fixture congestion, man. What are you saying?
Well, it is what it is. Our game with Liverpool is 50-50 as well. Whether the Premier League are going to call that off, but no games means no disappointment. So I'm not too bad, to be fair. Not too bad.
That's very true. No disappointment. Listen, we're going to big up to everyone watching as well. Make sure you are smacking these likes through the roof. Subscribe to Henry's channel as well. If you're watching live or on playback, it's in the title. So just click on the link in the title. It takes you straight to the channel. Let's start before we get into Arsenal, West Ham, and Arsenal sitting 4th at the moment. Obviously, you've got 3 games in hand. Mate, 4th is a trophy according to Wenger. I want to get your thoughts on the Aubameyang situation.
Well, I've heard some reports that he missed the game due to something to do with his mum. Now, I don't know how true that is, but you're the captain, right? If you've got issues at home, like you can sort them out. But at the same time, I don't want to sound horrible, but you've got a job to do. Like Arteta, there's clearly beef between him and Arteta. Like you haven't got to be an Arsenal fan to see that. He was your top goal scorer. He's not even making the bench, and apparently he's missing. Is it Leeds this weekend? You got?
Yeah, tomorrow evening kickoff.
He's ruled out of that game as well, apparently. Now, I don't think you'll sell him in January because he's got a massive contract, and Arsenal would want something in the range of probably around 40 million. I don't personally think you'll sell him. I think he will try to sort the situation out, and it will get worse and worse and worse. And I can see this situation turning exactly how the Ozil situation turned out. Massive contract, couldn't get rid of him, and he'll just wind his contract down and end up going to somewhere like Turkey or the MLS or Saudi Arabia. But he ain't helping himself. When he's getting the minutes, he's not performing. He's missing sitters, but he's still got more goals than Harry Kane. So, it could be worse.
Mate, I've got more goals than Harry Kane.
Could be a lot worse.
It's actually mad. I don't think we're going to get a lot of money for him if we sell him. Reason being, he's on 375 a week. He's 33 in June. So
it's a crazy amount of money.
Mate, it's mad. But do you know what? I say it's mad. At the time when we signed him on that money, he was bagging goals for fun. He just scored the cup final goals. Like he's been relentless since he's got it. Like from the minute Wenger signed him, he hit the ground running, scoring, golden boot. And then last season he fell off a cliff a little bit. I think I want to have a look, but I'm sure he scored 14 last season. Yeah, I think it was less than 20. I'm going to check that. But I do think maybe he got 20 in all comps. No, he didn't. I don't think he did. I think it was 14 because last season he got 10 league goals, the same as Pepe. 10 league goals. And overall, in all comps last season, if this website loads, I don't know why this is being so slow because my Wi-Fi is rapid. Last season, in all comps, he got 15 in 39 appearances, right? Which is probably the lowest he's had. Well, it is the lowest he's had at Arsenal because in a full season anyway. He's played 163 times for Arsenal. He's got 92 goals, 21 assists. I mean, the goal scoring compared to games played is ridiculous. Like, that's mad. Like, take the assists out. That's irrelevant, for a goal scorer. But 92 goals in 163 games. Like, that's crazy, isn't it? Relentless in the Premier League. And like, at Dortmund, he scored 141 goals in 213. So it's about a similar sort of strike rate.
Yeah.
At Dortmund, where he was just relentless, man. And this is a harder league. So credit to him. But I do feel like they've had a big bust up. And I feel this has been coming for a while. And I think there's quite a few things behind the scenes going on that we've not heard about. I do think he's probably one of the most vocal in the dressing room. Like, he's an experienced player. He's the captain of the club. Obviously, he's the flashy guy. He's on the big money, etc., etc. But
yeah, I hear that. But at the same time, you're leading by example. You're turning up late to training multiple times.
But that's the thing, though. Has he?
Well, we can only
turn up late for your game, for the game against you. But he actually, on this particular instance, right? And this is why I get the sometimes, because Mikel Arteta's hung him out to dry, which is cool, because if you're going to strip him of the captaincy, you have to hang him out to dry. Yeah, you can't just take the captain's armband and not say nothing. So you have to hang him out to dry. But then when he's been pressed on why he's taken it off of him and what's happened, he shut his mouth.
He's not giving an answer,
You have to give us the reason why you've took it off of him, mate. You can't just say that he broke protocol, he broke the rules, he did this. Because from what I know, and listen, I'm only going off of what I've read. From what I know, he was allowed to go and pick up his mum in France, right? Apparently, he was told to come back the same day, right? But he hadn't missed training or anything like that. From what I know, it was just later that evening, you go and get your mum, or afternoon, and then you come back that night. Then the next day you go training as normal in the morning. He still turned up for training on time the next day, but he didn't come back until that day. He didn't come back the same night. That's what I've seen, yeah? So on that basis, like, I'm like, okay, well, maybe there was an issue somewhere along the line. Maybe, I don't know, his mum couldn't get on the plane. Yeah, maybe there was, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, yeah? But this is why I wanted Arteta to come out and say, this is what's happened. It's X, Y, Z, and that's why I've done A, B, C. Yeah, instead, he's come out, he's hung him out to dry, he's took the armband off of him and then not really told us why. And it's like, now people are making him the villain when we don't really know if he is the villain. Yeah, listen, he ain't perfect. Yeah, we know he's had problems before at Dortmund. And then obviously he left and came to us. We know that he turned up late for you lot. We know he had this tattoo artist at his house in lockdown last year. We know he's probably turned up multiple times late. Yeah, we're guessing that, but we're guessing that based off of what's happening now. Yeah, but sometimes I just think, like, if you've got a captain, like, you should never turn up late. Like, regardless.
That's unacceptable.
But at the same time, it's like, why is it now suddenly an issue from one thing which is added on to the couple of things you've done before? If it was that big of an issue before, then why didn't you just strip him then? What has happened now that's so massive that you've put that on top of what's happened and said, no, you're done? Because when he did his press conference earlier, they asked him if he's in the squad and he said no. And then they said, does he have a future at the club? And he said he ain't in the squad this weekend. But they never pressed him on that because they don't, because they're puppets at our lot. Yeah, so they should have pressed him and said, yeah, but does that mean he's got a future going forward, or are you looking? And they never did that. So
you think he's got a future?
No, I think he's finished. I think he's done at this football. He's not finished as a footballer. Yeah, I think he's finished at this club. Because as soon as Mikel Arteta, 100%, I already know that. Yeah, and this is why I'm not so much on his case. Like, listen, you got to turn up on time. Yeah, I really like Aubameyang, right? But I don't think we played to his strengths. I don't think we've done that pretty much since Arteta's been here. Like the first few months, and then we won the cup. Yeah, even then we weren't really playing to his strengths because we were still deep, parked the bus, and he was just doing the business. Yeah, but now it's got to the point where he's barely in the penalty box. And then when he is in the penalty box, he's so short of confidence now that he's missing sitters. Because
do you think it's a collective of things? Do you think it's unhappiness, low confidence? Obviously, there's beef with Arteta, but I think it's a bit more than that. I think it's he actually wants to move it himself. You look at his body language when he's on the pitch. The only game that I've actually seen him go, do you know what? This looks like old Aubameyang was against us, and that was because it was a derby. That was the only game.
He does do well against Tottenham, to be fair.
Yeah, I remember we played you a few years ago at the Emirates. The ball come in and he just whipped it to side netting. He looks so far from his previous self. He looks like he doesn't want to be there, low on confidence, and I think it's going to get ugly because you're not going to let him go for a serious amount of money. If he's on 375 grand a week and he's still got, what, 2 years left?
18 months, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to want at least 25, 30 million. So
I don't know, you know, because I'm in the camp of they could just say to him, look, we'll come to a mutual agreement because nobody's going to pay for his wages and a fee. There ain't no club on the planet.
Does he become the main dog even though he's only got 9 months or what is he on his contract?
6 months for him, yeah. And this is the problem we're in, right? There's a leadership group at Arsenal.
Oh, it's
mate, it's pathetic. It's like a creche. Like, it really is. It's like if you behave, you can be in the leadership group.
We're just trying to keep the players on side. Like you can't have it. There's a difference between a captain and a leader. When Jose was at Chelsea, he had Drogba, Terry, Lampard, and Cech. But there was always one captain. The rest of them were leaders. You lead the dressing room, but the captain leads the leaders. That's what it is. Same with Liverpool had Carragher and Gerrard.
Yeah.
You used to have like Vieira, Henry. You've had leaders throughout the last 20 odd years. Well, not now, but you need to come out and name a captain for the squad and for the fans, because each week you're going to have a different captain. It was Lacazette this time. It might be Gabriel not next time. Then it might be
Tierney, and then it could be Odegaard, and then it could be Holding. It could
you need for the fans. You need to come out and name a captain. Do you know what I think it should be personally? It's Kieran Tierney, but I don't think they'll give it to him because he's injury prone. I mean, he played a really good game against West Ham. Nearly scored an absolute worldie as well.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you get from a player that's got passion and wants to actually play for the badge. He gives everything when he's on the field, and he leads by example. But like I said, due to I don't get it. If I was to put money on it, I'd give it to Gabriel. Because I don't think you can't give it Lacazette a captain's armband when he's only got 6 months left on his contract. Because then in 6 months, what happens? You're in the same boat as you are in now.
And that's the problem. Like, and this is the problem we're in, right? We've got Granit Xhaka who told the fans to F off, right? But he's in the leadership group. Yeah. Right? And this is why I'm not going fully in on Aubameyang, because it's like, albeit that was under Unai Emery, right? So clean slate and all of that when Arteta comes in, I get that, right? But then he flirted with Rome all summer. And then we gave him a pay rise. And now it's like...
Keep him at the club.
Yeah, keep him at the club. Yeah, world-class Granit Xhaka, only Rome came in for you and they offered 12 mil, mate. Yeah? But Arsenal fans seem to think he's amazing, he's the best player in our squad, and he's the captain leader and all of that. The only captains I see in our squad are like you, Kieran Tierney, right? And Gabriel. Ramsdale, a lot of people are going, Ramsdale. It's very dangerous to give a captain's armband to someone who's been here 4 months.
I don't really agree with giving the goalkeeper a captain armband. I mean, our captain's our goalkeeper, Hugo Lloris. But people come out and say, yeah, but, you know, he's won a World Cup. He's had over 50 appearances for France. He's been at the club 10 years. I get that. He's been there a long time. But how can you be vocal on the pitch if you're a goalkeeper? For me, it should always be a defender, midfielder, or a forward. Midfielders normally are the best captains. You look at like Steven Gerrard, Xavi, you know, players like that. Roy Keane, always Vieira, always solid captains. But, you know, that's not saying that a forward or a defender can't be one. I just don't necessarily agree with how, you know, Ramsdale can be that vocal, given that instructions, yeah, to his back four. But then what can he do for the rest of the pitch? You know, for us, our captain straight away should be Højbjerg. It shouldn't be Hugo Lloris or Harry Kane. Can't give it to Harry Kane to what he did in the summer. And, you know, like I said, I don't agree with a goalkeeper. And for you, that's why people are coming out and saying Partey. But why? What leadership trait does Partey give? Since he's come to Arsenal, he's declined massively from his Atletico self. He's starting to get back to form, but I don't think Partey at all.
No, I don't think Partey. I don't think Partey. But this is the problem we've got ourselves in. We've got Lacazette with 6 months left. We've got Granit Xhaka who told everyone to jog on and then flirted with another club. We've got Thomas Partey who's been rubbish. We've got Kieran Tierney who should be the captain based on how many trophies he's won. He's the most decorated player in the club.
He did the treble with Celtic, didn't he?
Yeah, treble. Well, yeah, I think he done a double treble, I think, and then he left, and then they done a treble again.
He's more decorated than anyone at our club as well.
I think he's probably won. I think he's won 14 trophies as a player, which is half or more of what Tottenham have won as a club.
It's embarrassing, mate. Just
but listen, people who say it's Celtic or Scottish, you still got to win it. Yeah, you know, it's very easy to win a title and then not win it the next season because you get comfortable. Like Arsenal never retained the title, so you know it's very easy to say that. But then you've got Gabriel. But then people are saying, well, the language barrier. Like a lot of people said to me the other day, but he can speak English. Like I don't necessarily. And listen, this is the thing, right? He can speak Portuguese. He's Brazilian, yeah, right. So he'll speak Portuguese. We do have other Portuguese speakers in and around that squad, and I'm sure that he's speaking more and more English every day. The same as I'm doing the same with Spanish here. Yeah, and when you're in and around the group of players, you're going to pick it up more if there's a translator within the group. Yeah, because they're going to laugh at him and say, you've mispronounced that. And then it'll be, oh, you say it like this and you'll learn more, right? So Gabriel would be a good shout. Gabriel does play pretty much every game, or when he's fit, he'll play, right? Same as Tierney. When he's fit, he'll pretty much play. I'm telling you now, Granit Xhaka will be the captain next season.
Do you know what I think it'll be?
Go on.
I have no idea why I keep thinking this, but I've got a feeling Smith Rowe will be in for a shout.
Well, Odegaard's tipped as well.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was Smith Rowe, Saka, or Odegaard. Like that just wouldn't surprise me. You know, please the fans, our star boy is now captain, all that PR bullshit. It wouldn't surprise me. Like it wouldn't surprise me if we did it of Oliver Skip. He's one of our own, come through the academy, our star boy. You know, the future's bright. Give it to him. Please the fans. Because if you do give it to Granit Xhaka, as an Arsenal fan, I'll be fucking pissed. Like,
mate, if Granit Xhaka gets the armband next season, because I think we're going to long this out for the rest of the season. Yeah, but that in itself tells you that this club is a shambles, right? Because we've now got 2 ex-captains at the club. Right? Yeah, they used to be captain. They've been stripped of it, right? And now we've got a leadership group that consists of players that are leaving in 6 months. Like, it's just a shambles.
That is quite funny.
It's Arsenal in a nutshell, bro.
Could be worse, mate. At least your teams are playing football at the moment. We haven't had a game in 12 days now.
Yeah, we beat your lot, that your hatred team, West Ham.
I couldn't really win on that. I wanted you to both lose. Like, I know they're your team, but I was sitting there going,
who do you hate more? Do you hate Arsenal or West Ham more?
I respect Arsenal because of what they've done. Like, my entire childhood, they were a massive team, but I hate West Ham more because all their fans are coming out and saying, "Oh, we're massive. We're massive
everywhere we go. We're massive everywhere we go." They're saying that's what they're saying.
Like one of my friends, West Ham fan, was at the darts, and they were all singing "Tottenham get battered everywhere we go" at the darts. West Ham, but West Ham, we've got some history. You know, we were the first team in the country to do the double, first team to win the Europa League. We've won 8 or 9 FA Cups, whatever. West Ham haven't done anything. Their last trophy was in 1980. I know ours was a long way away in 2008, but 1980 is a very long time. You weren't even born.
No, I weren't. No, I was still floating around my old man's sack until 81, and then I was born 82.
Trevor Brooking header against Arsenal actually in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
You know, but since then, like, you've had a fantastic, you know. You're bigger than us. I'm not an idiot. I'm not deluded. You're a much bigger football club than us. You're unbeaten in Premier League, etc., etc. But what have West Ham actually done? We've won more FA Cups than they've won trophies. That's an embarrassment. Like, look at it. Chelsea, you're respecting what they've done the last couple of decades. Man United, decade after decade, same as Liverpool, winning trophies. Man City are getting a lot bigger now. But what have West Ham actually done? They've never even played in the Champions League. And we're supposed to believe they're massive. It's just an embarrassment, mate. Like, when Declan Rice goes in the summer, it'll all go to pot. Because he's 100% leaving that football club.
He was shocking against us. You've led me on nicely as well to the West Ham game, because obviously I take it you watched it.
Yeah, I watched the game, yeah.
That was probably it was our best performance of the season, because we sustained it for about 80 minutes, 85 minutes.
You were absolutely dominant, but that referee, shambles. Do
you think? Let me ask you this, right? Without a biased head on, because you ain't got no bias to either team, yeah, right? Do you think it was a pen?
I don't think either of his tackles were yellow cards. If you watch it back on BT, they do a 360-degree view of a challenge. So any moment in the game, you can do a 360-degree view.
Yeah.
He wins the ball completely, but the reason he gave it as a penalty because after he wins the ball, he raises his leg on Lacazette's shin. But that's momentum. If he's won the ball, it doesn't matter what happens afterwards, as long as his follow through doesn't go like above the knee. You know,
yeah, especially if studs ain't face on, then what's the issue?
Which they wasn't. But at the end of the day, I think justice prevailed because they missed a penalty. Lacazette's first penalty miss for Arsenal.
Was it really? I never knew that.
I think his first penalty miss in something like 10 or 11.
That's mad. I never knew that.
I thought the referee had an appalling game. But that means said you were dominant. You know, Martinelli, every time he got the ball, he looked like
he was sick.
He looked
Absolutely.
like
what have I been saying about Martinelli, bruv? I've been telling everyone his quality. He's our best player.
Yeah, like he's the only one. Like, he reminds me of when we used to have Gareth Bale. Pass it to Gareth Bale and hope he can do something. That's the same thing with Martinelli. He's got blistering pace. He can take a play. I'm not comparing the two before anyone gets my back, but he's got blistering pace and he can take.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah. It's like you give it to him, you're out your seat, you're expecting something to happen.
You're on the edge of your seat going like, what's going to happen? That was like, we used to have Bale that year, 2011, 2012. Every time he got the ball, they were doubling up, tripling up on Gareth Bale. Like when the ball left his foot, it was curtains. It was mad curtains. But I think you dominated, and I predicted you'd win. I thought you'd win 1-0. But I'm looking at your games now. A lot of your game, obviously, if they go ahead, a lot of your games favour you now. Leeds United, you should dispose of them. They've got peppered by City 7-0.
Mate,
then after that, you've got.
I'm on loan to City, bro. At least I get to see good football this season.
Then after that, you've got Norwich, another winnable game. Then you've got Wolves, another winnable game. And then it gets tough on January the 1st, 2022, when you welcome Pep City to the Etihad.
Yeah, start the season, start the new year as you mean to go on. Then we've got Forest, then we've got you lot away, which we don't normally do well at.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be an interesting game. But a lot of reports today coming out, the Premier League is going to be suspended until the 15th of Jan. But if they do suspend the Premier League between Boxing Day and New Year's, Premier League clubs will lose millions. Boxing Day is the biggest.
Premier League football over Christmas is the only reason I like Christmas. I can't stand Christmas. I hate it. It's the biggest marketing scam in living history. Yeah. It's like Black Friday. Them two things are the biggest marketing scams, bruv. Like, you can buy this now before Christmas for 400 quid, but on Boxing Day sales, it's 250. Fuck off, man. You're better off having Christmas Day on the 27th. Yeah. Like, just cancel it on the 25th. Because like these kids these days, they don't get what Christmas is about or what it's supposed to be about. So it's all about presents. Bruv, I ain't brought anyone fuck all. Literally, I ain't brought no one nothing. Yeah, I don't do Christmas, mate. Yeah, I've bought no one anything. I swear down. Yeah, I ain't even got Christmas decorations up. If I open my front door, yeah, there's an apartment to the left of me. There's no one in that at the minute. Yeah, I think they live in Madrid. Yeah, and then there's one opposite me directly, and then there's one to the left opposite me. She's got a little boy. Yeah, they've got all their decorations out. They've got their little lights up. Then you go next floor down. But when you walk out the door, it's all open. So like if it rains, it gets wet outside. Yeah, right. But it's in a block, right? Then you go downstairs, they've got the decorate. Everyone in this block has got decorations out, yeah? Apart from me.
You're not Scrooge in a block.
I am. I'm the Grinch. Yeah, the only reason I did Christmas last year is because it was my year to have my little one. So I ordered an Airbnb back in England and done a
make it special
because it's for the little one, isn't it? Like, but I ain't interested in it, mate. It's just another day. It's like my birthday, man. Like the next birthday, I'm 40. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, I'm halfway to dead. Like, do you know what I mean?
It's another way to look at it,
man. It's just irrelevant. Like, who cares? But people get gassed up over it. Listen, like, I'm in a country that's very like, they're very like holy and stuff like that, and they make big thing out of Christmas, like, and they've you know, they go to church.
Feliz Navidad, is that it?
Feliz Navidad, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, they love it, bruv. They love it. They absolutely love it. But they are very religious out here. Yeah, so it's like, you know, they're going to get involved. I'm just hoping none of them knock on my fucking door on Christmas Day, bruv.
Who have you got on Boxing Day? Is it Norwich?
Norwich away.
Yeah, so like all these games, winnable games. I think the new year will be a struggle because you've got City, then you've got us. So like that will be two, you know, real tough games. But even after that, Burnley, Wolves, Brentford. You know, you've got a decent run. You look at our run in the new year. We don't know if we've got to play this Conference League game yet. We've got Liverpool potentially on Sunday, and there's a rumour that obviously Salah potentially might be missing the game. Then we've got Palace, Southampton, Watford, all winnable games. Like the top four of this race, I think this is the most exciting season there's been in over a decade. The Premier League could be won by 3 different teams. Top 4 could go to 5 different teams. The relegation battle, Norwich, Burnley, and Newcastle and Watford, there's only 3 points between them.
Leeds as well. Leeds, if they get pumped by us, they've got a tough run in Leeds.
I think Bielsa will get sacked. I really do. They've got Arsenal, Liverpool, Villa, Burnley. Then they've got West Ham back-to-backs. They've got them in the cup and in the league. You know, it's gonna be tough.
Do you think they'll sack him?
100%, guys. I don't rate him. Like when he first came into the Premier League, there was all this, Leeds don't give up even if they're 3-0 down. That's the point of a football match. You play to the whistle. Just because Bielsa's got everyone doing it doesn't make him special. And like, I watched a documentary about like Simeone, Pep, Pochettino, all these Spanish players giving him praise. Praise for what? What has he done? Like, just because you won the Copa, the Argentine game, River Plate versus Boca Juniors.
Copa Libertadores, was that it?
I don't know. The players are coached up anyway before the night. They all get out.
That was 20 fucking years ago, wasn't it? I think he's won one trophy in 20 years.
Exactly. But there's all this praise about he's such a good coach. How? Well, if he was
that good, he wouldn't be at Leeds United. Let's be real with it.
Facts. And not only
he's obviously got something. He's a bit of a fucking weirdo anyway. He's off key, bruv. Like, why is he sitting there crouching on a fucking bucket? Like, what's that all about? right? And then he just paces up and down. And I'm just like, and like every time a goal goes in, I watched the City game the other night. Every time a goal went in, boom, they're straight on him. He's just pacing up and down, like head down. I'm like, you're a fucking off-key guy, bruv. I wouldn't want to be your neighbour, mate, because trust me, like, probably rip up his floorboards, you fire some shit, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Like, off-key, man. Like, I remember watching something, and they were going, "Oh yeah, he walks around town in the Leeds United clobber," and I'm like, he mingles in, and what? So did Rafa Benitez when he was at Newcastle. What's your point? Yeah, Rafa Benitez used to go and have fucking Sunday lunch in the same hotel every weekend. Like, what's your point? He goes and drinks in the bars. They're trying to make out like he was doing something special, and people used to come in my chat, last season. I was like, yeah, Bielsa's good. He's good. He's all right. Like, when it works, it works. Yeah. But I was like, come back to me next season, because I see it work. Yeah. At Sheffield United for one season. Yeah. I've seen it work for other teams for one season. Come back to me next season. We'll see how good he is. Yeah. And this season, he's obviously fucked. Like,
do you think they'll go down?
Sack him. I don't think they'll sack him. But then it depends how ruthless the owners of that club are, because they've been in the doldrums for 16 years. They've now got back to the big time. And now is it a case of, right, we stick with him, we go down, he can get us back up? Or we bin him now and stay up because the money's too much? I don't think they'll sack him.
Thing is, if they do sack him, who are they going to go get? Is there a manager out there that they could come and bring the club?
He's generational, mate.
They've got some good players, though. They've got they've got Rafinha, who's an absolute baller. Dallas is a good player. Glick, Bamford.
Yeah, Harrison's good.
They've got some decent players. Even their goalkeeper's good, but I just don't think he's all that. Like, just because they run and they cover a lot of kilometres every game doesn't mean anything. You're based on results. If the game was based on kilometres, then Mo Farah would be the best professional footballer you've ever seen.
Big up to Cheeky, man. Thanks for the donation. Listen, if I don't read the donations out, then I will thank you in the chat for them. So I appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying your loan to City, and that. Should Chelsea be worried about the title race? Chelsea should 100% be worried about the title race, because they're not doing great at the moment. Then,
I think they're going to sack him.
What, Tuchel?
Yeah.
Do you know what's mad? Is I put a tweet out, right, last season or early this season. I think it was early this season, saying that Tuchel will get sacked before Arteta. Yeah, the amount of Chelsea fans that took that the wrong way was crazy. It weren't having a dig at Tuchel, because I rate him now. Yeah, but it's like they're more ruthless. As soon as they have a slump, he's gone, mate. Because they need to be up there, and it's like we ain't. Like, we know that with this Aubameyang saga, Arteta's the man now. He's staying all season.
Well, look, if he can out our captain, yeah, you brought Lukaku to the team, and he's regressed. He's got two or three Premier League goals, and you've got £100 million striker. The reason I think he'll go is because Tuchel, when he was at PSG, Dortmund, and now Chelsea, he constantly blames the players. Jose Mourinho at Tottenham did everything he can to protect the players. He'd take it on in front, and then he'd sort it out behind closed doors. And the same thing with Conte. He come out and said, yeah, our squad's a bit shit, but you ain't got to be a fucking rocket scientist to see that. Our squad is pony. But he constantly blames players, and I think they're going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. You look at what I saw a tweet on Twitter yesterday. Has any attacking player improved under Tuchel? And I said Reece James, but he's not an attacking player because he's a fullback. And I was like, right, okay. Mason Mount, but he hasn't improved. His numbers last season were better. Lukaku's regressed. Ziyech has regressed. Havertz has got, 2 or 3 Premier League goals? But defensively, they're more sound and they're conceding less goals. But do you think he'll go?
I think he's got the end of this calendar year. He's got another couple of weeks. I don't know what their fixtures are. Let me have a look at their fixtures real quick.
Why you do that? We haven't even hit. There's nearly 600 in it, and we haven't even hit 200 likes.
Get on it, people. Get on it real quick. Their fixtures are Wolves.
Is that away?
Yeah, 19th.
That's a tough game at all because they don't concede a lot of goals or score.
Sunday. Then they've got Brentford in the EFL Cup away on Wednesday next week. Then they've got Aston Villa on Boxing Day away. That's not an easy game. I can't lie. Then they've got Brighton on the 29th at the Bridge. Then they've got 2nd of January, Liverpool at the Bridge. Then they've got a third round FA Cup, Chesterfield. They'll win that. But then this is where I think he could potentially get sacked if it don't go to plan. They've then got 15th of January, Man City away. Yeah, 23rd of January, Tottenham at home.
No, they'll slap us. 3 points.
That's guaranteed. That's like us playing you at the Emirates, isn't it? It's like you always lose.
We won there once in 27 years.
Yeah, you've won once at Arsenal in about the same time.
Once in the Premier League, and that was in 2011. Union Kabul.
Yeah, from 2-0 down as well. So I don't know, man. Let's come on to Tottenham actually, because like, when was the last time you actually had a game, mate?
Like 10 days ago against Norwich, and it's just such a Spursy thing because, like, albeit we beat 3 relatively new clubs to the Premier League, but we started getting a bit of form, and you could see that Conte's tactics were working across the pitch, and then obviously Reguilon get injured, which was a massive blow for us, and then obviously what happened with Burnley being called off because of snow, which was absolute horseshit because they knew their snow was predicted the entire week, but Burnley didn't know. Everyone else in the country knew that it was going to be snow there, but Burnley didn't, and they didn't turn their under pitch heating on in time, so it got called off, which is convenient considering they had 5 players: Tarkowski, Ben Mee. They had no recognised centre back, right? Then obviously our game against Rennes got called off, which was like fair enough, and then we got potentially kicked out of the Conference League. It's still in a case. And then the biggest bit of bullshit the Premier League did was cancel our game against Leicester. Because the week before that, Tottenham went to the Premier League and said, we've got 11 COVID cases in our first 11. In our 25-man squad, we've got 11 players missing. They went, oh, no, the game's got to go ahead. 2 days before that, Leicester go to the Premier League and say, oh, we've got 7 COVID players out. So they go, do you know what? Cancel the game. If they did that last week, we could have played Rennes then at home on that Thursday and gone through to the next round of the Conference League. So the Premier League are absolute bullshit. They need to stop cancelling games last minute. You know, this new COVID variant, whatever it is obviously spreading like a fire in California in the forest. It's going through like you've never seen before. But cancelling games last minute, you know, if that was the case, why was your game not cancelled at the beginning of the season against Brentford when you had 4 players missing because of COVID? Why was that not cancelled?
Bro, listen, I can't really say too much, because I'll just go off on a mad one. Yeah, so I'm just going to zip it. Most of Arteta's press conference today was about this stuff as well. Mate, listen, the whole thing, I'm not going to say what I want to say. Go on, you carry on, mate.
It's just, I'm pretty much going to say what I think you're going to say. It's all a load of bollocks. The whole thing is a load of absolute bollocks. You know, like, you're cancelling games 2 days to 2 hours before we're playing. So are Tottenham then going to refund all the fans that have travelled to Leicester? Because there were already fans in Leicester waiting for the game. Are they going to be refunded? What about the players that went up to Leicester that were sitting in the hotel get cancelled? The whole COVID thing is bollocks. For us to actually get back into the Premier League, they need to cancel the league for at least a month. But they won't do it because of the financial implications of doing it.
Yep. It's true. Listen, mate, let me just say this one thing, yeah? Right. If you track the paper trail, i.e. money, it's all about the money. If you go and track all of that, you'll find the links, mate. Yeah, and you'll realise that all is not what it looks like. And that's the only thing I'm saying on it before I get cancelled. I've worked hard for this channel, so I ain't getting cancelled real quick on here, mate. Yeah, but you do have Liverpool as it stands at the weekend at White Hart Lane. Obviously, Mohamed Salah is the big miss for them, according to the latest reports that have come out. Do you think
there was a little report I see on Twitter that he potentially could miss the game because he has COVID.
Well, he did go off. He did go off the other night, and I was shocked when he got subbed. I was like, I know it's only Newcastle, with all due respect, right? And they were winning the game, but I was like, just subbing Mo Salah off, bruv.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Apparently, he weren't right. And
well, he looked fucking right because he was causing a mayhem.
No, like, I mean, in himself, he didn't feel right. Like, the guy could probably beat Newcastle blindfolded. He's that good. But that is a blessing, and we have got serious life if we can go and play Liverpool without Salah. We'll still probably lose because it's still.
So Minamino's going to step in and score a hat trick then, yeah?
Yeah, Minamino will go
for the middle. Step up,
or Mane, or whoever it is they're going to do. If they might even play Origi, and he haunts us because he scored in the Champions League final against us. But listen, I still think we're going to lose. I'm not confident. We haven't played a game in 10 days. That being said, it is at home. But, you know, we've been slapped at home by Chelsea. So it wouldn't surprise me if they did the same. But, yeah, I mean, there's only apparently 4 Premier League games going ahead at the weekend as well. And they haven't announced them yet. I think it's West Ham, Norwich, Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, and one other. 5 have already been cancelled. One more is going to be cancelled. So why not just cancel the whole weekend?
Yeah, as it stands. No. Let me hold you down. Let me reel you back in. Yeah. Aston Villa, Burnley, 3 p.m. tomorrow. Arsenal, Leeds, Arsenal, Newcastle, Man City. RIP to Newcastle.
Well, that's 50-50 if it gets cancelled as well.
Really?
Yeah, that was the game they're talking about because apparently a couple of Newcastle and a couple of City players have got it.
Yeah, but this is the thing, right? Like a couple of players here, a couple of players there, a couple of things here. Bro, they're testing fucking 1.4 million people. Why don't they talk about the hospitalizations and the fucking death rate rather than the fucking like the cases? Because this is what they were doing last time. It was all about cases. And you look at the number of cases, you're like, oh my God, 80-odd thousand. They've tested nearly 2 million people. Yeah? Like, come on. Like, my mum texted me earlier, right? I'm not even fucking with you, yeah? Right? My mum texted me earlier, yeah? Or was it yesterday? I'm not even fucking with you. Watch this. Where's my mother? There she is. Yeah. Hi, mate. How are you? We're still at home with long COVID. Went back to work for one day and felt dreadful. Roll eyes emoji. Did you manage to get Paul Merson's book off Audible? I was like, oh, poor you. The good news is there's 3 needles coming out in the pipeline for the new variant. Yeah. I'm sure you'll take all 3. She never replied. She flew tick me, never replied. Yeah. And it's like, come on. Like, honestly, bro. Like, but so when like people were saying cancel the whole weekend, I see that Thomas Frank was like, let's have a couple of weeks off. No, fuck off. If it ain't affecting our team, play on.
Well, that's it. Like West Ham, they've got West Ham and Arsenal have got no COVID cases in their camp apparently.
No, we ain't got any.
Yeah, and neither of Norwich or Leeds. So them games should go ahead, no questions asked. Like these players are apparently being tested twice a day, right? They should know before anyone else what the score is at their football club. You know, it's just the way the Premier League are running this is embarrassing. You know, imagine if you trekked all the way to like Liverpool or something from London to go watch Arsenal Liverpool, for instance, and they cancel it an hour before. You'd already be at the ground.
Bro, imagine when Southampton away, like Newcastle are playing Southampton soon, yeah? I think it's over Christmas. I think it's January, actually, 2nd of January. Newcastle away at Southampton. I mean, that's 12 hours, bruv, like each way.
That's a serious trot.
Yeah, imagine getting all the way in, like, fuck that. No, I'm sorry, mate, fuck that. Yeah, like, this is the thing that winds me up, though. It's like, man said the Arsenal variant. You're a G, bruv. Big up to you. Big up to the 660 watching live as well. Come on. Smash the likes up, people. We ain't got enough likes in this. You lot are moving like fucking Arteta on a press conference. Yeah, so smack the likes up. We ain't even on 200. Make sure you subscribe to Henry Wright TV. The link is in the title. And we're over 200 likes now. Come on. Keep subscribing. Keep sharing. Subscribe to Henry's channel as well. Keep liking the thing. Yeah, I'm giving you all red cards in the chat. Yeah, you've all got red cards. But this is the thing. It's like, I just look at it like, if like, people are getting the gist of what I think of all of this, yeah, like, and they have done for a while, bro. I've been everywhere, like honestly everywhere, yeah. Right, I know I'm in a different country, but surely the same thing applies, right, bro? The only people I know that are going down with this are the ones that have had the 3 needles, yeah. Like, I ain't had nothing, yeah. Everybody I know, yeah, that's cool and fine has not had them. Everybody I know, like family members and friends that is going down with this, has had them. When I listened to Mikel Arteta's press conference earlier, he's going, I'm not a scientist or a specialist. 5-10 questions later, he was going, oh, we're trying to give the best advice, yeah, and we're trying to encourage the... Well, hang on, mate, you're not a fucking scientist or specialist, you prick, yeah? And every scientist and specialist that comes out against certain things gets cancelled. So what are you talking about? Yeah? Like, how about... Why is it so widely accepted now to share your medical history? No, yeah, fuck off.
Data protection and all that. Like,
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It used to be data protection. Now it's, oh, yeah, if you haven't had this, then you're an anti-this. Fuck off. I'm pro-choice, mate. Yeah, do you know what I mean? No, honestly, I'm going to shut up because
in the
I
NBA,
can't lose
right?
this channel, bro. I can't. I've got to stop.
There's a thing in the NBA as a player for Brooklyn Nets. Very, very good player, Kyrie Irving. And the NBA are threatening to throw him out the league because he hasn't taken a jab. So he says, all right, fine, I'll go and play in Australia.
Bro, I watched something with Matt Letizia the other day. Yeah, it's not on the internet. Well, it's on the internet, but it's not on the mainstream things there. Matt Letizia lost his job because of this. Yeah. And it's like, when he's talking, it's like, boy, I'll send you the link. Yeah, I'll send you a link after this. Yeah. I'll send it to you on WhatsApp. Just listen to him. 37 minutes, mate. And it's just like, wow. And this is what I'm saying about paper trail. Everything will always come back to a paper trail. Anyway, fuck this, yeah, because let's just move. Big up to Bart, yeah. You should have to forfeit if you cannot field a team. It has to be the team and the players' responsibility to avoid it the best they can. Fact. If you can't field your best 11, that's what you got a fucking squad for. If you can't use your squad, go and use your youth players. I'm sorry, life goes on. It is what it is. Where did you get the news about Salah? Says Akash.
Can't reveal my sources. I'll put his name out. I'll tell you who it is afterwards.
Source, trust me, bro.
yeah, sources, trust me, bro. But the person that told me is 99% chance right. Normally, he could be wrong, but he's you know who he is. He's a massive Liverpool fan. But I'll tell you off stream who it is.
Yeah, come on. And this is my point. Yeah, I'm not going to read that, but this is the point. Yeah, if somebody said to you, you can have a needle in your arm and it'll stop you getting a woman pregnant, but then you still have to wear a Johnny, would you have it? You wouldn't, would you? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I've got more chance of being struck by lightning, mate, than fucking this happening. What a load of bollocks. But anyway, we move. Man said your source is Grizz.
I ain't saying who it is, but yeah.
Man, go and subscribe to Grizz. Yeah, YouTube will be on to me, so I've got to stop talking about this stuff every day, mate. Yeah, they've got to. I've just got to stop because otherwise people would just start crying. The good news is I do have a second channel and it's monetized. I do have Facebook and it's monetized as well. And no, and I won't. I've done enough research, bro. It is what it is. So yeah, I'm good. I don't need to take something that's not going to stop me getting it, transmitting it, passing it on when I've got more chance of passing from it, or more chance of being struck by lightning than passing from that. So why would I take something that don't stop me getting it? It makes no sense. Before we wrap this up, big up to everybody watching, nearly 700 here. Subscribe, like, share the thing around. Make sure you subscribe to Henry Wright TV, link in the title. Subscribe now. I am currently 2 subscribers away from 65.3k, and get on it. Let's get back to football. How many subs you want, bro?
I've only just hit 3.6k, but the goal is 4k by the end of the year. And now the Premier League's been suspended. It probably ain't going to happen, but
No. We've nearly got 700 people watching this.
If everyone
who's not subscribed to Henry, go and subscribe to him right now. Let's boost that, man. Let's get at least another 100 right now. Come on, people.
If everyone in the chat subscribed, I'd hit it.
Yeah, come on. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Before we wrap this up, give me your predictions for the games, like for Arsenal's game and your game, if they go ahead.
Yeah, so providing they go ahead, I think you will comfortably brush. Let's do what Diego says. I think you'll comfortably brush them aside. I'm going to be real. I think you'll win 3-0. Going in with confidence. Odegaard's in decent form. Smith-Rowe's in decent form. Lacazette had a very good game with his hold-up play, etc., etc. You looked actually decent at the back. You know, I needed a sat-nav to find Antonio in that game because he was nowhere to be seen. The guy ended up playing right wing-back at one point in that game against Arsenal. And this is coming from a Spurs fan. I thought you were dominant. I think you'll go and brush them aside comfortably. Absolutely comfortably. I think that'll be 3-0. Our game's a different kettle of fish. We're coming up against the most informed team besides Man City in the Premier League. The team that scored something like 50 goals in the Premier League already. And Mohamed Salah if he does play, is coming up against either Ben Davis or Emerson Royale, and it's going to be curtains. Like, honestly, if we don't start that game strongly, that could easily be 4-5-0 Liverpool. Easily 4-5-0.
You think? Although saying that, you haven't had a game for so long, and they played the
Liverpool,
so they're up to match fitness. You're kind of just training.
Like, honestly, it could be absolute curtains. Like, I'm not taking the piss. If they can comfortably put 3-4 goals aside any team in the Premier League, that's going to be no different with us. The thing that's given me a bit more confidence is the fact that Newcastle broke them down. Like, John Joe Shelby's goal, did you watch it? How much space he had on the edge of the box?
Oh, it was mad. Yeah, it was mad.
No player in about 10 yards. And I was like,
John Joe Shelby's a good player, though. I keep telling people this and they laugh at me because he looks like Voldemort. Yeah, it's like fucking, like, he's a good player. He's technically so good. Yeah, but then he passed Mane clean through, and it was like, you've gone from hero to villain real quick, mate. Yeah, he's a good player. And listen, Liverpool are relentless. Yeah, them and Man City are easily the best two teams in this league. Yeah, easily. They're the best two to watch anyway. Chelsea are a great team as well. Like, them three are probably so clear of everyone else, right? Well, they are. Yeah, but if I had to pick teams to watch, like, I started watching that Chelsea game, and as soon as Liverpool kicked off, I was like, yeah, Liverpool. Yeah, I'm going to watch Liverpool because I know there'll be goals. I know they're going to be on it, and they barely have a bad game. I know last season they lost a load of games, but that was because of injuries and stuff like that. But Man City, they're always out the traps quick. They barely have a bad game. So when people get on our case and Arsenal and go, oh yeah, but Palace beat City, yeah, that was a blip, bruv. Yeah, when we draw with Palace, it's because they were fucking insane and we're shit. Yeah, that's not a blip. Yeah, it's not a blip. City draw with Palace, it's a blip. Liverpool lose to Brighton or draw with Brighton, it's a blip. Yeah, City lose to Wolves, it's a blip. City lost to Leeds last season, it's a blip.
They go into every game expecting to win, and when they don't,
they go with high intensity. They play the same fucking way. Yeah, it's a blip if they don't get 3 points. Whereas when we do it, games at the moment,
I'm just going into games at the moment hoping we don't lose, because like, when you look at,
I've been going into games hoping we do, so our manager gets sacked.
He's bulletproof at the moment. Like, one thing I will say about Arteta is, who was it who got injured? It was off the pitch, and he wanted to push him back on the pitch. The guy is a clown. He did the same thing with Thomas Partey against us. Thomas Partey's hamstring went, and he was pushing him back on to run back for the attack. If you're hurt, focus on the player's injury. Like, well, because he wants the game to be suspended. West Ham were never, ever going to win that game. From as soon as it kicked off, they were never going to win that game. You look at their recent form, they've only won one game in the last 6. They've lost to Wolves, they've drew with Burnley, they've drew with Brighton. Yeah, fair enough, they beat Chelsea, they lost to you. They're not in good form anymore. And they're slowly starting to be discovered that their squad isn't as good as it thinks it is. They've got good 11, but their squad ain't all that. But what is he doing there? Why are you trying to throw Martinelli back on, who's been your best player?
I think it is. I think he wanted him to stay on the pitch, go down, so then the ref stops the game. But let me just deal with this comment, yeah? The complaining is getting a little tired. We know the problems, deal with them or move on. The constant whining is tiresome. Bro, let me see if AFTV are live, because that's probably more up your street, mate. Yeah? I deal in facts about the club. I don't deal with bullshit, bruv. Yeah, it's not my fault that the club is shit. No, they're not live, mate. Let me see who's live that we like. Maybe you can go and watch them. But listen, at the end of the day, if you don't like what I'm saying, you don't have to watch it, bro. Like, you can just swipe down and just turn off. Like, I appreciate you do watch. Yeah, but at the end of the day, what do you want me to do? Get a fucking street party going because we're sat 4th and they've got 3 games in hand and Man U have got a game in hand. We're shit.
We win all our games and all, we go above you by 5 points.
5 points. That's what I'm saying. If Man U win their game in hand against Brentford, they're above us. Like, I don't get it. Like, if people don't like what I'm saying, don't just switch off. You don't have to watch it. I'm not forcing you to watch it. Like, it's mad. Like, it's all opinions at the end of the day. And this is why I've not gone in you, because I know I see you in my chat every now and again, bro. Yeah, that's why I ain't ripped you apart. Yeah, because I know you're here and you support the channel. But at the end of the day, what do you want me to do? Have a street party because we're currently 3rd loser and we've conceded 22 goals in 17 games? we've conceded 17 more last season with Bellerin, Holding, Louise, and Kolasinac and Leno. But apparently he's fixed the defence. We're on course to get the same amount of losses as last season. Like, he's killed off our captain.
It can't be worse than last season. The fact that he finished in 8th. Real talk.
No, but this is the thing. The fact that we're currently sat 4th has blinded so many people. Away from the fact that we have conceded 22 goals, which is 17 less than the whole of last season, with better defence, apparently. It has diverted people's attention away from the fact that we have lost half the amount of games halfway through the season nearly that we lost last season. So where's the improvement defensively? We've got a week to plan for games. We ain't in Europe, but because we're currently sat 4th, that's blinded people. The only reason we're sat 4th is because you lot have had 3 games cancelled. And Man U had a game cancelled. If Man United's game against Brentford went ahead, we wouldn't be 4th. If your game had gone ahead in the last 3 games, we wouldn't be 4th.
Do you think you'll finish? Where do you? No, 2 questions.
We're finishing 8th.
Do you think you'll finish above Tottenham?
No. You got a better manager, bro.
Yeah, but your squad's better than ours.
Our squad is better. Yeah, but would you say West Ham's squad's better than Arsenal's last season?
No.
And they finished above us because they got a better manager.
Yeah. And it helps that they play for their coach. But I just think that the more and more I look at it, the more and more I think that I don't think we'll get top 4. The only thing that potentially could sway in our factors to get top 4 is if we go out and buy a lot of players in January. But we know what Daniel Levy's like. He won't buy anyone. He'll penny pinch. He'll go and buy someone like Troy Deeney and have a striker, this and that, when we need someone like Dusan Vlahovic or Lautaro Martinez. It's just the same old shit with Tottenham. Same old shit. We would never be
both of our clubs are a bit of... But they're very similar, but they're very apart as well.
The difference is Arsenal can do it in a one-off game. That is the difference.
Yeah, we've got the balls to stand up and go, right, we're at Wembley. Fuck you, we're winning it. Yeah, whereas you go at Wembley and you just go,
yeah, we play at Wembley and we hide in our shell and go, do you know what? We're at the final. But
we might as well smash the Emirates down and just move to Wembley because we win every game there, bro.
Takes the piss. In a one-off game, we ain't doing shit.
Well, this is why I was so cocky when it came to the cup final, even with Arteta. Yeah, it was like, I already know we've won it, mate. Yeah, it's our second home. Yeah, it's actually our first time because we're better at Wembley than we're actually this season. To be fair, I think our record at home is on par, exactly the same as Man City. Yeah, 7 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss.
Yeah, well, I think we've lost. How many games we lost at home?
And the only loss we had was to Chelsea, which fans are give a free hit to, and the draw was against Palace. But if we've got exactly the same amount of record or the same record as Man City at home this season, but our away form shocking. It is absolutely
we've only lost 1
shocking.
game at home at all. Our loss was against Chelsea.
Yeah, I think you've had a couple of more draws than us, I think you've had 3 draws, is it, or 1 or 2 draws? I think you've had 5.
We've only had 1 draw. 8 wins, 1 draw, 5 losses.
How many
all
wins?
of our losses are away from home.
How many wins?
8 wins, 1 draw, 5 losses.
What, in the league?
Yeah.
8 wins at home?
No, we've had 8 wins, one draw, 5 losses. That's our record. And
what's your home record?
6 wins, I think.
Okay, yeah, so you're just below us on wins. Yeah, see, our home record's 7.
Oh, no, tell a lie. We've lost twice. We lost 3-0 to Man United and 3-0 to Chelsea.
Yes, yeah. See, ours is 7-1-1, which is the same as City, but our away form was shit. Yeah, we've lost 3 straight games. Yeah, and we've got an away game against Leeds. Are we going to go there? We drew there last season. He threw Pepe under the bus. I don't know. I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. I do think we'll win. See, clip that, you motherfuckers, about negative.
I don't think you'll concede, though, the way Ramsdale's playing.
Yeah, clip that, motherfuckers. Yeah, Lee predicted a win, which means we're going to lose. Because every time I predict a win, we lose, other than at Wembley. Let's see who's live that we like before we wrap this up, people. We send the Rat Army over.
34 likes away from 300. Let's hit that before you do that.
Turkish is about to go live on the Big 6. He's currently 3 minutes late. Listen, go and spam. I'll get the link for it, yeah? Go and spam Turkish's show, man. Come on. Big up to Turkish. Big up to Turkish, man. All right, listen, this link I'm putting in the chat is for the Big 6 show, yeah? This is what you need to go and put in the chat, people. And I want to see fucking hundreds of them. Just keep spamming it. Lee Gunner sent me with a rat emoji. Lee Gunner sent me rat emoji. Yeah, spam the shit out of it. Yeah, big up to Turkish, man. Real one. Henry, what you got coming up, bro?
Well, if our game goes ahead, there'll be a preview tomorrow and some sort of reaction if the game goes ahead. If it doesn't, starting the Tottenham's transfer talk January the 1st, and obviously there'll be some football over Christmas, but just the normal stuff. We'll have our show back again on Monday, reviewing the games. If the games don't go ahead, I've got a little backup plan that we can talk about. Pushing 4K. I think we are around 70.
Yeah, come on. Subscribe to Henry Wright TV. There's still 550 here. Yeah, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to Henry Wright. We're back again on Monday. I'm back again tomorrow, an hour before kickoff, full match day program. And we're out of here, people. Go and spam. Lee Gunner sent me rat emoji. Turkish is literally about to go live. Yeah, come on, people. Show some love to Turkish, man. Real one. We're out of here, people. I'll take her out. Laters.